Welcome to my channel. Dive deep into the fascinating world of psychology, where we unravel the mysteries of the human mind and behavior, from decoding women's body language to exploring the essence of love languages and understanding the nuances of human connections. This channel is your guide to mastering the art of communication and self-awareness. Whether you're curious about subtle gestures, interested in building stronger relationships, or simply eager to learn what makes us tick, you're in the right place. Let's journey together into the science of emotions, actions, and interactions, because knowledge of behavior is the key to deeper understanding. Subscribe now and let's start unlocking the secrets of human psychology. Have you ever wondered what she's thinking when her body speaks louder than her words? Women may not always verbalize their desires, but their bodies tell a fascinating story. One you need to understand to truly connect with her on a deeper level. What if you've been missing the subtle yet powerful cues she's been giving you all along? This video is your ultimate guide to deciphering the hidden language of her desire. From the alluring way she bites her lips to the magnetic sway of her hips, these seemingly small gestures hold profound meaning. Did you know that a lingering touch, or even the way her pupils dilate, could be her way of expressing arousal without saying a single word? By the end of this video, you'll not only recognize these signs, but also understand how to respond to them with confidence and respect, creating an even stronger bond. Stay tuned as we explore the psychology behind her movements, the science of her subtle signals, and the emotional depth behind her actions. These insights could transform the way you view attraction and intimacy forever. Don't miss the chance to uncover the unspoken truths of what she's been silently telling you. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now let's begin. Women often communicate their feelings and desires in ways that are nuanced, subtle, and deeply fascinating. Unlike men, who might feel more comfortable initiating intimacy directly, women often rely on nonverbal cues, tiny subconscious gestures that speak volumes about their emotions and desires. To me, this silent form of communication is one of the most beautiful aspects of human interaction. It adds an element of mystery and depth to relationships, creating opportunities for deeper understanding and connection. When a woman is aroused, her body becomes an open book for those who know how to read it, even if she never utters a single word. One of the most compelling signals she might send is through her lips when a woman bites or licks her lips. It's far from a random habit or an idle action. This seemingly minor gesture carries a wealth of meaning, signaling nervous excitement, heightened anticipation, and often sexual tension. It's as if her body is responding instinctively, giving away her feelings in a language that doesn't need words from a psychological perspective. Studies on nonverbal communication have shown that lip biting is closely linked to arousal and attraction. It's a behavior rooted in human biology, a subtle way of drawing attention to the lips. One of the most sensual and emotionally expressive parts of the body, the lips themselves are rich with nerve endings, making them highly sensitive. And when a woman bites or licks them, it's not just an action, but an invitation. It's her body's way of saying, "I'm interested," even if her words or demeanor seem reserved. What I find truly fascinating is the emotional depth behind this small action. Lip biting is often accompanied by a sense of vulnerability, a quiet admission of desire that she may not feel ready to express openly. This vulnerability makes the moment feel intimate and special, as if you're being invited into a private world of her thoughts and feelings. It's an act that bridges the gap between nervousness and attraction, A physical manifestation of her inner conflict and excitement. To witness it is to catch a fleeting, unguarded glimpse of her true emotions, a moment of raw honesty wrapped in subtlety. This behavior can also be seen as a form of self-expression. When a woman bites or licks her lips, she's not only signaling her interest, but also revealing a part of herself that is both instinctive and deliberate. It's a dance of attraction, where every move carries meaning and every glance or gesture builds on the story unfolding between two people. For me, this silent communication is incredibly powerful. It's not just about the act itself, but about the feelings it conveys and the bond it creates. What makes this even more beautiful is the complexity of human interaction in moments like these. It's not just the physical gesture that matters, but the context, the emotions, and the unspoken connection between two people. Lip biting in particular is a behavior loaded with emotional tension. It's a moment of nervousness, anticipation, and longing all rolled into one. It reflects the delicate balance between wanting to express desire and feeling hesitant or unsure. This emotional complexity is what makes such cues so captivating. They are an unfiltered glimpse into the heart. To me, these non-verbal signals are a reminder of how deeply layered human relationships can be. They invite us to pay closer attention, to observe, and to truly connect with the people around us. When a woman bites or licks her lips in a moment of arousal or attraction, it's not just an action. It's a story waiting to be understood, a feeling waiting to be acknowledged, and a connection waiting to be deepened in those moments. We're reminded that intimacy isn't just about words or grand gestures. It's about noticing the quiet, unspoken signs that reveal what someone truly feels. And that, to me, is one of the most profound and beautiful parts of human connection. When a woman finds herself in the presence of a sexual stimulus, her body often reacts in deeply instinctive ways. Betraying emotions she may not even fully understand herself. Her lips may swell ever so slightly, a natural response to increased blood flow that often accompanies heightened arousal. This subtle change is a quiet but powerful signal, a whisper from her body that reveals what her heart and mind might be too cautious to express outright. It's as if her physical form has its language, and in moments like these, it's speaking volumes. One of the most captivating gestures she might unconsciously display is biting her lips. What seems like an innocent or even casual movement holds layers of meaning beneath its surface. When her teeth graze her lip, it's not merely a reflex, it's her way of managing the flood of emotions and sensations surging through her. The tension in her body seeks release, and biting her lip provides a momentary outlet, a way to ground herself against the powerful tide of desire in that fleeting action. She's silently telling a story of longing, one filled with unspoken words and uncharted emotions in her mind. 1,000 thoughts may be racing, many of them tinged with erotic curiosity and vivid imagination. These are thoughts she might hesitate to voice, thoughts that feel both thrilling and forbidden. Lip biting then becomes more than a physical act. It's an intimate dialogue with herself. It's her way of holding back just enough to remain composed, yet letting slip just enough to invite curiosity. She's caught in a delicate dance between self-restraint and surrender, a moment of vulnerability that's as captivating as it is revealing. But there's more to this gesture than meets the eye. If you catch her biting her lips while she's near you, consider what might be unfolding in her thoughts. Perhaps she's imagining the sensation of your lips on hers, wondering what it would feel like to bridge the space between you. Maybe her mind has wandered further, envisioning the warmth of your touch, the thrill of an intimate connection, or the electricate of a moment shared in complete closeness. Lip biting then becomes an invitation, subtle yet unmistakable, restrained yet brimming with emotion. To witness this act is to catch a glimpse of her inner world, a world where vulnerability meets longing and hesitation blends with desire. It's a rare and beautiful thing. to see someone grappling with emotions so raw, so human. She might not even realize the depth of what she's conveying. But in that moment, her body is telling a story her words could never fully capture. It's a story of attraction, curiosity, and the silent yearning for something more. The beauty of this gesture lies in its complexity. It's not just about the lips, it's about the emotions behind them, the shy glances, the quickened breath, the quiet tension that fills the air. Lip biting is a bridge between her inner thoughts and outer expression, a signal that invites you to notice her, to understand her, and perhaps even to respond in kind. It's a moment of pure, unfiltered humanity where desire and restraint collide, creating a tension that's as magnetic as it is mysterious. If you've ever been lucky enough to witness this subtle yet profound expression, take a moment to appreciate the layers of meaning it carries. It's not just a physical reaction, it's a window into her soul, a testament to the depth of human connection and the unspoken ways we communicate attraction. Her lip biting might be fleeing, but its significance lingers, a quiet, powerful reminder of the emotions that bind us all in the shared experience of longing and love. When it comes to understanding how women express sexual interest, the act of touch emerges as one of the most revealing and deeply emotional signals. It's not always something obvious or grand, but its subtleties carry a weight of intent and connection that's impossible to ignore. For me, there's something profoundly beautiful about this aspect of human interaction. Touch, when given or received in this context, is more than just physical contact. It's a language, all its own, filled with vulnerability, trust, and an unspoken invitation to deeper intimacy. Research on physical affection highlights how a woman's body naturally seeks connection when she feels drawn to someone. It's as though her desire manifests not in overt gestures, but in quiet, almost poetic ways. She doesn't need to declare her interest with words or leap into your arms because her body does the speaking for her. The need to connect becomes tangible, woven into every gentle brush of her hand or lingering moment of contact. It's these subtle acts that reveal her inner feelings, often even before she's consciously aware of them herself. Consider how a woman might act when she's aroused. It's not always dramatic or exaggerated. In fact, it's often the opposite, soft, delicate, and incredibly meaningful. Psychologists and relationship experts agree that when a woman feels turned on, she'll often find reasons, even excuses, to initiate physical contact. It could be something as seemingly innocent as resting her hand briefly on your thigh during a conversation, a light but deliberate touch on your arm, or a soft stroke along your neck that sends shivers down your spine. These are not random actions, they are intentional. Even if she's not fully aware of the impact that carry, what makes these gestures so profound is the emotion behind them. To me, there's something almost magical about how a simple touch can convey such a wealth of feeling when a woman reaches out like this. It's as if her body is saying, "I trust you, I want to feel close to you, and I'm ready to connect on a deeper level." These touches are her way of bridging the gap between herself and the person she's attracted to, inviting closeness without the need for words. What's even more fascinating is how these seemingly small acts can carry so much power. A fleeting touch, a soft brush of fingertips, or a hand resting on your shoulder can awaken feelings of intimacy and desire that are hard to describe. They are quiet yet potent signals, communicating her interest and readiness in ways that feel both natural and deeply emotional. Psychologists describe this as the body's natural response to attraction and arousal, a way of creating closeness and signaling emote and physical openness. From my perspective, these moments are incredibly moving. There's a certain vulnerability in the way a woman reaches out, testing the waters and sharing a part of herself without ever speaking a word. It's a reminder that intimacy isn't just about grand gestures or dramatic declarations. It's built in these smaller, tender moments that often pass unnoticed by those who aren't paying attention. A touch is not just a fleeting act. It's a powerful connection and emotional bridge that says, I feel safe with you and I want to be closer. In essence, these touches are her way of inviting you into her world, signaling her interest, and creating a space for something deeper to grow. They are acts of both courage and connection, subtle yet profoundly impactful. If you ever find yourself on the receiving end of these tender, intentional gestures, take a moment to appreciate what they truly mean. A desire for closeness, a readiness to share intimacy, and a deeply human need to connect. It's in these small, meaningful touches that the most genuine and heartfelt connections begin, when her fingers begin to wander into more intimate and sensitive areas, like the soft skin of your inner thighs or the curve of your lower back. It's far from an accidental gesture. Each touch is intentional, a quiet exploration of boundaries and emotions. She's not just reaching out physically, she's probing the space between you, testing the connection and observing how you respond in this vulnerable yet daring act. She's allowing her instincts and emotions to guide her. At that moment, her actions are profoundly influenced by a surge of oxytocin, often known as the love hormone. This incredible chemical plays a pivotal role in moments of arousal, intensifying her desire for closeness, trust, and bondage. It's as if her body is craving to bridge any remaining distance between you. Using her touch is a way of communicating what words cannot. The more deliberate and daring her touch becomes, the clearer her intentions are. With each confident move, she's sending a silent but unmistakable signal. She's ready, not just for physical intimacy, but for you to step into a more profound connection. Her touch isn't just about sensation, it's an invitation to be vulnerable, to meet her in a shared moment of passion and understanding. It's a deeply emotional expression, one that speaks volumes about her comfort and trust in you. I find moments like these to be breathtaking in their raw honesty. They remind us of the profound ways humans connect, of the power of touch to convey desire, trust, and longing all at once. And then there's the captivating, most spellbinding way her body moves. A woman's hips, universally revered as a symbol of fertility, and they'll have a language all their own. It's no coincidence that when she's feeling aroused or deeply connected, her movements change, becoming more deliberate and alluring. There's a certain magnetism in the way her hips begin to sway each step, carrying a rhythm that seems almost primal. Her steps become elongated and more exaggerated, her body moving with a newfound confidence and grace that is impossible to ignore. These movements are not random. They are a reflection of her heightened emotions, her body expressing what her words might not. The sway of her hips is an unspoken dance, a mesmerizing display of her openness and attraction for me. There's something almost magical in this shift, a combination of vulnerability and power that feels incredibly intimate. It's as though she's inviting you into a moment of shared emotion, an unguarded connection that transcends the physical. Her body, her movements, her touch, they all tell a story, one of desire, courage, and the beauty of being truly present with another person. Moments like these are rare and precious, a reminder of the depth and complexity of human connection. From an evolutionary standpoint, the swaying motion of a woman's hips is far more than a simple gait. It is a deeply rooted primal signal that carries the essence of ancient mating rituals. This isn't just a random movement, but a purposeful subconscious act tied to our most basic instincts of attraction and reproduction. It's remarkable when you think about it. Something so seemingly ordinary as walking can convey layers of meaning that go back through thousands of years. Psychologist Dr. Carl Graymar, renowned for his research on human body language, has provided profound insights into how these subtle movements are driven by a heightened awareness that a woman has of her own body. It's as if she's fully in tune with how she is perceived by others, and in moments of attraction, this awareness manifests itself in her physicality, especially in the way she walks. When a woman senses your attention, her walk becomes more deliberate, her steps slower, almost calculated as though she's performing an unspoken ritual. Her hips sway with a graceful rhythm, and the movement isn't accidental. It's as if her body knows exactly what it's doing, displaying her femininity in a way that's impossible to ignore. She's not just walking aimlessly, she's subtly showcasing her allure, her curves, and the natural elegance of her figure. This isn't about vanity, it's about the unconscious power of attraction at play. Every step she takes seems to tell a story, inviting you to look closer and to notice the beauty and energy radiating from her presence. It's a quiet, yet unmistakable form of communication, a dance of seduction that requires no words to be understood in these moments. Her transforms into something mesmerizing, almost hypnotic. It's not just about movement, it's an artful display of confidence and sensuality. If you pay attention, you'll notice that her hips don't merely move, they flow, almost as if they are gliding through the air with an intentional rhythm. There's an added fluidity, a grace that hints at something deeper, something primal. This is her body speaking a language that transcends time, rooted in the very core of human connection. Her steps may become slower, her posture slightly more upright, and there's a deliberate way that seems to say, "Notice me, appreciate me." It's almost as if her every motion is an unspoken invitation, a way of drawing you in without uttering a single word to me. This is one of the most profound and beautiful forms of non-verbal communication. It's not about arrogance or showing off, it's about a natural expression of confidence and awareness. It's fascinating to think about how something so simple can convey so much. When a woman feels sexually charged, her walk becomes a dance, deliberate yet subtle, meant to entice and captivate. Her hips sway not out of habit, but as an unconscious way of drawing your attention, a silent call to recognize her presence. It's a performance not for an audience, but for the sheer power of attraction. And when you notice, when you truly tune into the signal, you're experiencing one of the most intimate forms of connection that humans have. This movement is timeless, a reminder of the deep connection between our physical actions and emotional states, the way her body moves, the rhythm of her steps, and the subtle confidence in her posture, all combine to create a powerful display of attraction. In my opinion, this is one of the most enchanting aspects of human interaction. It's not just a signal of desire, it's a celebration of the body and its ability to communicate feelings that words cannot. This primal, beautiful dance is a reminder of the shared humanity and the timeless nature of attraction, offering a glimpse into the deep and unspoken ways we connect. Have you ever found yourself locked in a woman's gaze? The kind of look that seems to linger just a heartbeat too long, as though her eyes are drawn to you in a way she can't quite control. If you've noticed this, you've likely experienced one of the most powerful yet subtle signals of sexual attraction. There's an almost magical quality to that moment, an electric connection that feels deeply personal, almost as if her eyes are speaking a language that words cannot capture. It's a silent dialogue, a fleeting yet unforgettable exchange, where her gaze says everything she might not be ready to voice. It's a moment that can leave you wondering, questioning, and even yearning to know more. Research shows that our eyes are not just tools for seeing, they are mirrors of our innermost feelings and desires. When a woman is sexually attracted to someone, her pupils dilate, a physiological response that she cannot consciously control. This dilation is not random. It's triggered by the release of dopamine in the brain, a neurotransmitter often referred to as the pleasure chemical. Dopamine floods the brain during moments of excitement, happiness, and yes, arousal. Her pupils widening in your presence is her body's way of signaling that something about you excites her on a deep instinctive level. It's a raw, unfiltered reaction, one that transcends conscious thought, revealing her feelings, even if she's trying to mask them. The fascinating part is how this reaction intensifies the more sexually attracted she feels, the harder it becomes for her to resist looking at you. Her gaze may flicker back to you repeatedly, as though she's drawn by an invisible force. She may not even realize she's doing it. Her attraction overrides her intentions, making her eyes linger longer than she might consciously intend. And if you pay close attention, you'll notice. Notice that these moments often happen in a context of shared emotional or physical proximity, perhaps, during a conversation where the chemistry feels palpable, or even across a crowded room where her gaze finds yours amidst the chaos. For me, this phenomenon is nothing short of extraordinary. It's a reminder of how deeply connected we are as humans, how our bodies speak a language of their own, one that words cannot fully convey. The eyes, often called the windows to the soul, have this incredible ability to reveal what lies beneath the surface. They communicate vulnerability, longing, curiosity, and even the quiet thrill of desire in a way. It's a profoundly intimate act. Even if it's fleeting, that lingering look is a moment of unguarded honesty, where her emotions break through the barriers of social decorum or shyness. What makes it even more captivating is the blend of mystery and emotion behind it. It's not just about physical attraction, it's about connection, about being seen in a way that feels unique and special. When a woman's pupils dilate as she looks at you, it's as though her body is revealing a truth that her words might hesitate to express. It's a silent invitation, a spark that carries the weight of potential, the possibility of something more, something deeper. To me, this is one of the most beautiful aspects of human interaction. It's these subtle, often overlooked moments that make attraction feel so real, so tangible. The dilation of her pupils, the way her eyes seem to lock onto yours, the unspoken chemistry that fills the air. It's a dance of emotions and instincts, a reminder that attraction is not just about the physical, but about the profound interplay of mind, body, and soul. So the next time you notice a woman's gaze linger on you, don't dismiss it as mere coincidence. It could be the beginning of a story, the start of a connection that goes far beyond words. It's a quiet yet powerful signal, a reminder of how beautifully complex and deeply human the experience of attraction truly is. Studies in interpersonal attraction consistently demonstrate the profound power of eye contact in creating and deepening a connection between two people. It's fascinating how something as seemingly simple as locking eyes can stir emotions, ignite curiosity, and even create an undeniable sexual tension. Prolonged eye-on, even if it lasts just a few seconds, can feel like an eternity charged with electricity when a woman keeps meeting your gaze, even as she tries to look away. It's a compelling clue that there's more to the moment than casual conversation. Her thoughts may be drifting into uncharted territory filled with curiosity, unspoken attraction, and perhaps a hint of desire. This act of locking eyes isn't just an accident or coincidence. It's part of an intricate dance of emotions and subconscious signaling. Her pupils might subtly dilate, an involuntary response that science ties to excitement and arousal. Her gaze may soften, conveying warmth and vulnerability, or it might linger just a moment too long before flickering down to your lips. That small, deliberate shift in focus is no random gesture. It's her mind quietly exploring what it would feel like to close the distance between you. These subtle signals can be both thrilling and disarming, leaving you wondering if she's aware of just how much she's revealing with her eyes alone. The interplay of her gaze tells a story, one where she's both in control and on the brink of surrender. The way her eyes meet yours, hold, and then retreat, only to return, is not merely about maintaining eye contact. It's a reflection of an inner struggle between restraint and curiosity. This back-and-forth glance is her way of staying composed while her thoughts might be racing ahead, imagining possibilities that words wouldn't dare to express. It's a push and pull that's as intoxicating as it is subtle, leaving you captivated by what she might be feeling but not yet saying. The truth about women's sexual cues is that they are often far more understated than men's, yet they carry an unparalleled intensity. These signals, so rich with nuance, are a testament to the complexity of female desire. While men may be more overt in their expressions of attraction, women often communicate their feelings through a symphony of gestures, glances, and movements that are as graceful as they are telling. Her body might begin to speak in ways her words cannot, biting her lips gently, as though suppressing an unspoken thought, finding excuses to touch your arm or shoulder during a conversation, or swaying her hips in a way that draws your attention and holds it. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment one below to let me know that you are still here with me. Each of these gestures is deliberate, even if she doesn't fully realize it. The way she leans slightly closer when she speaks to you, the casual brush of her hand against yours, or the way her fingers linger on an object near you, all carry a weight of meaning. Even her smile, combined with a glance that lingers just a second too long, can be an invitation to notice her feelings. And when her pupils dilate as she looks at you, it's a biological response that underscores her attraction, a silent confession her body makes on her behalf. In my personal view, these cues are not just fascinating, they're deeply moving. They represent a beautiful, intricate form of communication that blends physical attraction with emotional vulnerability. What makes these moments so extraordinary is their duality. They are both bold and reserved, playful and sincere, revealing and mysterious. They show that attraction isn't just about physical chemistry, it's about the unspoken connection between two souls, exploring the possibility of something more. Recognizing and appreciating these signals requires attentiveness, but it also demands respect. These gestures are not just invitations, they are glimpses into her inner world. When you notice these cues, it's not about rushing to respond, but about savoring the connection being built. It's in these subtle, electrifying moments that relationships begin to form. Moments where attraction evolves into something deeper, where curiosity meets vulnerability, and where the unspoken becomes the foundation of something truly meaningful. As we come to the end of this video, let's take a moment to truly reflect on everything we've uncovered together. What have you learned about the fascinating ways women communicate their attraction without saying a word? Was it the subtle allure of her lip, biting, the tender power of her touch, the hypnotic sway of her hips, or the magnetic connection created through lingering eye contact? Each of these cues offers a glimpse into her thoughts and feelings, revealing more than words ever could. Now we want to hear from you. What resonated with you the most? Was there a moment that made you think differently about how attraction is expressed or understood? Take a moment to share in the comments below one key insight you've gained from this video, something you'll take into practice in your relationships or interactions, whether it's being more attuned to non-verbal cues or responding with greater confidence and empathy. Your reflections could spark meaningful conversations and help others grow too. If you found this video valuable, don't stop here. Let's keep this conversation alive. Leave your thoughts below and let us know how these insights might influence your life. And of course, if you appreciated the depth and detail we've provided, we'd greatly appreciate your support, like this video sharing with someone who might benefit from understanding these signals, and subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you ensure you won't miss out on future content designed to deepen your understanding of relationships, psychology, and the unspoken connections that bring us closer to each other. Activate the notification bell as well, so you'll be the first to know when we release more insightful videos. Thank you for taking the time to join us today, and we hope this has been as enlightening for you as it has been for us to share. We'll see you in the next video, where we'll dive even deeper into understanding the hidden dynamics of human connection. Until then, take care and stay curious.